Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's Kendall, and I'm here in my second or third YouTube video. I don't know which one it is, but I've pre-recorded all these, so I don't know. But anyways, today I want to talk to you guys about the law of attraction and how to attract the things that you want out of life. Notice I didn't say chasing. But anyways, what is the law of attraction? The law of attraction is basically like attracts like. So if you ever heard the saying as within, so without, or so below, so above. What so below, so above means is that your internal state is a direct reflection of your external state or your external world, or your external world is a direct reflection of your internal state. So, what I mean by this is that if you're doing dumb stuff, you are most likely attracting other dumb stuff or going to attract dumb stuff. What is dumb stuff? I'm going to give you guys a prime example of this. There's a lot of dumb stuff, especially a lot of people do dumb shit at my age. This is what a lot of people my age do. It's pretty common, but I picked up on them recently. I kind of stopped doing it, but a prime example of dumb stuff is waking up in the morning and you immediately start scrolling on your phone or you start scrolling on social media off the wake up. Man, this is the most this is the most low vibrational shit ever. But let me tell you why it's vibrational. When you wake up in the morning, you at least need about 15 minutes to for your brain to settle because your brain hasn't really kicked, haven't hasn't really integrated stuff yet. It's not really one with the world yet. You need a little bit of time to get your thoughts out. When you skip this, um, you are basically ignoring your thoughts. You're not getting your thoughts down. You don't even have your day. You're not even starting your day off right. You're already starting your day on social media, and social media is a bunch of bullshit. And when you're consuming a bunch of dumb shit on social media, you're gonna start to develop this perception of other dumb shit was going on in the world. And when you develop this perception, it is a direct reflection of your dysregulation, your dysregulation of your internal state. So let me drill a little bit deeper into this, right? So if I wake up in the morning, right, and I'm already scrolling, say I'm already scrolling, right? And I'm already seeing whole bunch of dumb shit. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Um, I think a couple days ago, the U.S. had bombed Iran, and you had people, motherfuckers were thinking we was about to go to World War III and shit. And I'm so glad I didn't see that post until about 11 to 12 o'clock when I already got stuff done for the day and started my day. But if I would have scrolled on social media that morning, and if I would have saw that post and looked through all the comments and stuff, I would have already started my day off negatively, right? I would have already had negative thoughts going into my day. No one wants to really wake up to that. And when you do wake up to that, and that's the first post you see, you start to develop this perception of the world is negative. Yes, it is a cold. It's an evil world. It's cold. But off the wake up, you already see negative stuff. So internally, you're negative. Have you ever wondered why negative people attract more negative people? It's because they themselves are negative internally. They see the world as negative. So when you're already starting your day off in a negative state like that, you're gonna start attracting. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna attract negative shit throughout the day, whether that's negative people, negative outcomes, whatever. It's because you're internally you're negative. I'm gonna give you guys another example. There's two guys in the hood, two types of guys that live in the hood. You got the guy that's always complaining, bitching, and moaning about, why me? Why does this have to be me? Why was I brought into this situation? And he just steady complaining every single day. Why he's in the hood? Why this? Why that? Why does it have to be me? And there's another guy that's accepted. Okay, yeah, I was born and raised in the hood, but I see a lot of opportunity here. Let me take advantage of this and let me get out. Let me think positively. I guarantee you, the second guy is gonna make it out the hood much faster than the first guy. If the first guy even makes it out at all, which a lot of people don't make it out because their internal state is so messed. They have such a negative perception of the world. Gee, they have such a negative perception that they just never make it out. And the second guy, he's gonna make it out, maybe what legally, illegally, whatever. Either way, he's making it out because he sees opportunity in the hood. Those are your two types of guys: as within, so without; as above, so below; as below, so above. What you gotta understand is that this mind is a engine, bro. You gotta be aware of what you're putting in your mind, bro. And that's why I'm saying, be careful what you're looking at on social media, bro. Social media is a bunch of. I'm not against social media. It's how I make money, bro. But social media, it gets to a point a lot of times. You gotta limit yourself. You gotta control this shit, gang, because this will have you so dysregulated. It's ridiculous. But when you're looking at all this negative stuff on social media, you are going to start to develop this perception of the world, and you're gonna start to wonder why you're attracting bullshit. So if I'm over here scrolling and I'm seeing all this degenerate stuff, and that's what I'm saying, you gotta be careful what you're consuming because you really are what you consume. If you're listening, gee, if you're listening to degenerate ass music, if you're dressing in a certain way, if you're dressing poorly, if you're poorly dressing, you're going to start attracting poor mindset. You're going to start attracting negative stuff. Negative. This negativity, bro. And like I always say, if you're doing dumb stuff, it always leads to more dumb stuff. I don't really have to go into detail what dumb stuff is, but you know what? If you guys comment what is dumb stuff, I will make a video. But you know what I'm talking about. Dumb stuff always leads to more dumb stuff. Why does it lead to more dumb stuff? Because you are attracting more dumb stuff. If you move a certain way, you're gonna attract the. If you move a certain way, you're going to attract certain types of people into your life. You're gonna attract either abundance or you are going to attract negativity. And it all starts with your observance, what you see through your eyes, bro, what you're feeding into your brain. You cannot attract it. Your frequency is off, bro. Bro, it's like that radio. And look, everything you want is already here. It's already around you, bro. Everything you want, everything is already around you. You're just not on the right frequency. If you ever seen a radio, right? My grandma used to have this radio. It's an old school radio. You used to have to turn the dial. You used to have to turn the dial to the right frequency to hear the radio. And if you don't, you hear if you're not on the right frequency, you just hear a bunch of noise, clatter. And once you get on the right frequency, you hear the radio loud and clear. That's just like this game of life, bro. You gotta be in tune to the right frequency for the stuff that you want. I'll give you a golden example for this. Say if you want to buy a shoe, right? Say if you want to buy a shoe, and you've been looking for this shoe for about a week. You've been on all the websites. You've been looking for the best deal on the shoe, whatever, bro. And you've been looking at the shoe for a while now. Maybe it's a week, maybe it's 2 weeks, maybe it's 3 months, 6 months, whatever, a year, however expensive the shoe is. You are going to, once you buy the shoe, or maybe before you even buy the shoe, you're going to naturally start to see this shoe a little bit more. Why? Because you're in tune with the right frequency to see the shoe, right? You're paying attention to it more. And this is what I mean with observance. When you start observing the stuff that you want out of life, it's all about what you observe, but that's what I'm saying. I can make a whole YouTube video about observance if you guys want. Matter of fact, I think that may be one of my next few videos. The art of observing. When you observe the stuff that you want in life, you're gonna naturally start to see it more and more and more because you're on the right frequency. You're gonna start to pick up habits with the people or whatever thing that you want. You're gonna start to see stuff that's on the right frequency, All right. But anyways, don't run out of time here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, we're gonna be diving deeper into these things. And yeah, bro, I'm out.